Hi St George's, just Mrs Collymore here, and I just want to talk to you today about coming back to school. So on Monday and Tuesday, some children can start to come back to school. Now there aren't many children coming back to school, but I'm hoping that once some of the children have been back for a little while, more of you will be able to come back to school. So on Monday, Year 6 are coming back to school, and on Tuesday, Year 1 and reception are coming back to school. If you've been here all the time as a key worker, then you are still here as a key worker as well. So we're going to have 4 groups coming back to school, and those groups are going to be called our bubbles. So if you are coming back and your mum has said that you are coming back, we will see you next week. If your parents have said that you're not coming back yet, that's fine. But if your parents do want you to come back, then they need to call school, because we need to make sure that we can get you back into school safely. So just a little reminder about why we haven't been at school. This virus has made it really tricky for us. And the virus is still here. So we still need to be really careful when we come back to school, which is why we can't have everybody back to school together yet. Hopefully we'll be able to do that sometime soon. So it still means we have to be careful coming back to school. So I just want to talk you through what's going to happen so that we can make sure we're still being careful about coronavirus. So this just to remind you of the school gate. So when you get to the school gate in a morning, you're going to stop and think. Now, Year 6, you're going to use the normal gate that we use onto the playground. Year 1, you're going to use the gate next to the Happy Street Bridge. Reception, you're going to use the gate you normally use at early years. And key workers, you're going to keep using the front gate. And if you're in Year 6 or a key worker, you're going to start at 8:30 in the morning. And if you're Year 1 or reception, you're going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. And everybody's going to finish at 3:30. So when you get to your gate in the morning, you will see these signs on the gate. And you need to stop and think. Because what's really important when we're fighting coronavirus is that if we feel poorly at all, we don't come to school. So if you've got a temperature or a new cough, or you've lost your taste, or you've lost your sense of smell, we need to check that you haven't got the virus. Because even if you feel okay, sometimes you can spread the virus and it might make other people poorly. So we have to be really careful. And if we think you might have some symptoms, we need you to go home, and then we'll get you a test to find out if you have got the virus. And if you haven't got the virus, then you can come back to school. But if you have got the virus, then you need to stay home for a little while until you get better, and so you don't pass it on. So the first thing you're going to do when you get to the gate is stop and think, am I well? And mums and dads, I want you to do the same. And I want us all to work together, because it's really important. Even if we think it's not coronavirus, we need to be really careful at the minute. Next thing that's going to happen is when you come through the gate, somebody's going to be standing there and they're going to give your hands a gel. And it will probably be me on Monday, and I can't wait to see you. So we're going to hand gel your hands as soon as you come into the playground. And the other thing that's really important is at the minute, you can't go onto the climbing frame. So we're not sure how the germs spread on the climbing frame. So we're just going to be a little bit careful and not use the climbing frame for now. So don't come to school early. The gate won't be open until your time. So it's not about coming to school early. Just come to school for the time that your gate opens. So either 8:30 if you're Year 6 and key worker, 9 o'clock if you're reception and Year 1. And then you're going to see on the floor these little circles that say wait here. And you can see these are at the front office, but they're going to be in all of the playgrounds that you're going to be lining up in. And you are going to stand next to the wait here sign with your parent and wait for your teacher to come. Here is just for mums and dads, the things that we've put in place, just so that you know that we're doing everything we can to keep safe. So additional hand washing, making sure that we're all being really careful with respiratory hygiene, hand gelling in all rooms and at all entry points to the school. Mr. Rubin's joining us for more hours in the day, so he's going to be here most of the day cleaning. And then when we need to use PPE, the staff will use PPE to keep everybody safe, but that won't be all the time. Now, children, you might see 1 or 2 teachers wearing masks. Now, that is just to keep you safe, because sometimes if the teachers have got to get really close to you, we don't want them to pass any germs to you either. So they might be wearing a little face mask like that. And we've got some really nice ones with pretty patterns on. And we've got some nice navy blue ones so that look like school uniform. The other thing you might see is that if you're feeling poorly, or if somebody else is feeling poorly, the teachers have now got to put on what we call PPE. And that's just extra protection to make sure that the virus doesn't spread. So you might see your teacher put an apron on and a mask on and a face shield that Mr. Shimchak's been making. It's just to keep everybody safe. You'll still be able to see their face and you'll still know that under their mask they're smiling. But that's just to make sure that if somebody's feeling poorly and they might have the virus, we don't spread that to anybody else. Now, this is for you children to think about. How can you keep safe? So you have got to wash your hands really properly when you come back to school, and we'll practice that when you get here on Monday. And then if you're sneezing or coughing, you're going to do it into a tissue or into your hand, and then you're going to put your tissue straight in the bin and you're going to wash your hands. You're going to use the hand gel, so we're just going to practice making sure we use the hand gel more often than we usually do. Then the other thing you need to do is your helicopter arms. So you need to make sure that you're not getting too close to other people. So just think about your helicopter arms and giving yourself some space between other people, and really try to keep your hands away from your face. That's really hard. But if we end up with something on our hands and then we touch our faces, then that's how we can spread germs. So we need to be really conscious of those things and try to make sure we're doing them all the time. And then in your rooms, you'll see some little baskets. And in the baskets, we've got wipes, we've got gloves for the teachers in case they need to do anything. We've got hand gel, just again, to keep us really safe. So you'll see these next to the sinks and in your classroom. The other thing you're going to notice is that you have now got a big desk all to yourself. And on your big desk, you're going to have all the resources you need. Because just to help to not spread the virus, we need to just try and keep things a bit separate. So you're going to have your own pencil case with all the things in you need, your own set of deans, your own whiteboard, some books to read, your own exercise books, and they will always stay in your basket on your table with you. Okay. Now, you might have some questions when you've heard that, and your parents might have some questions as well. So if anybody's got any questions before Monday or Tuesday, you've got the school mobile number and you can call that or text that or WhatsApp that if you've got anything you want to ask. Okay. And lastly, just to say, we can't wait to see you. We're not going to be able to cuddle like this, but we can't wait to see you and give you a huge smile and a virtual cuddle. We're going to have to practice how we can do cuddles without cuddling. So really looking forward to seeing you. If you're listening to this and thinking, oh, I want to come back to school now, you need to call me and speak to me, because our bubbles can't have more than 15 children in. So if you want to come back to school and you haven't already told me you want to come back to school, you absolutely can come back to school, but your mums and dads need to just talk to me first so we can make sure we've got enough space in the bubble. Okay. Really looking forward to seeing you. If you've got any questions at all, you can contact us and we'll see you really soon. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.